Okay. Sorry about that. The guy at the drive-thru window of Chick-fil-A gave me a free frosted lemonade. This is a good day. It irritates me so much that the RPK doesn't have a bipod. Yeah, it bothered me too. And you can't even put one on there. Maybe with the next patch, it'll be a thing. All right. I'm kind of tired of bolt action tasking, to be honest with you. So we have a couple of choices. We've got to kill raiders on reserve. You hope the ammo is actually good? I can tell you right now, with pretty good confidence, that the ammo is going to be pretty close to this. Oh. Wait, where? Oh yeah, right here. 80 and 88 pen and 100 and something odd damage. Because despite what all the internet fucking idiots are gonna say 12 by 7 by 108 is pretty much the same as 50 BMG when it comes into context of what we're talking about Tarkov. Now, this might actually be an armor-piercing round. It's got a steel core to it. It does have a steel core. So, a hollow point round or something like that might not hit like that. But, isn't it just the length of the cartridge different? The bullets are different. The ballistics are a little bit different. 50 BMG is a superior round to 12 7 by 108. They're not exactly the same. .338 doesn't have enough pen in the current armor system. Yeah, I'd have to ask Tower about it. My first thoughts are that this is, where is it? .47 pen on 338 Lapua FMJ does seem a little low, simply because of the energy the round has. But when it comes to higher end plates, energy isn't necessarily enough to defeat the plate. And I don't know enough about Tower geeks out about that ballistic testing stuff a lot. Would think it would. No, M61 literally has a armor piercing core in it. It has a hardened steel core inside of it. Is tier 6 armor really going to stop a 50 BMG? Maybe. Is it going to deform? It depends on the plate material. Is it going to matter? Probably not, because that amount of energy hitting your body, even if it doesn't penetrate the plate, that energy is still going somewhere. I.e., it turns your guts into fucking gumbo. So it still kills you. It might not penetrate, but you die because of the sheer amount of energy from the round. I don't usually account for blunt damage on the plates because we play a video game. It's not real life. Like something to remember also, real life. Most plate systems aren't designed to save your life. Most plate systems are designed to keep you from dying instantly so that you can finish the fight and then die after you're done with the fight. That's how most plate systems are designed. They're designed to keep you from having the switch turned off on you. Not necessarily designed to keep you alive forever. That's a pretty big misnomer people have that aren't really familiar with body armor, how you wear it, what it's designed to do, things like that. A 50 BMG round to the chest plate will break your ribs and has a high chance of rupturing your lungs and heart just from the force of impact. Like, you're understating what a 50 cal round to the chest would do, Dak. It's not going to break your ribs, it's going to shatter them. Assuming you've got some kind of plate on that doesn't deform and completely stops the round. Like, for any kind of penetration or movement around, it's just pure energy. The plate is only designed to take one round, not several. Not anymore. Malgus silent. Malgus is silent. There we go. That was the case for a long time. Probably, I'd say the last 10 years, that's not really the case anymore. A lot of modern body armor can take multiple hits, even at the top end of its protection. What would you call it? Spectrum of the rounds that it's actually able to design to stop. Because you have to remember, there's a difference between what NIJ testing as pass or fail is and what a real world outcome of it's going to be when it hits you. If we're talking real life, isn't steel a terrible type of plate? Depends on the round. Open circuit. That's the other thing here is different types of rounds have different effects on different types of armor, which is why, like, that's one of the reasons Russians went in, tried to do like a composite combined style of armor with multiple layers of different kinds. It's why some plates use a steel plate mixed with poly and ceramic. They've kind of got all three materials mixed into there. If you get into the weeds on body armor, it's pretty nuts, man. Yeah, back in 12, that was pretty... Back in 2012, Malgus is silent. That was pretty much still the case because everybody was still running mostly sappy plates or ceramic. But at least in the Marine Corps, I know steel was used too. I don't know exactly what it was, but I want to say like 2015, 2016, we really started to get a lot of really big time advancements in body armor. Mostly just composite materials. Well, the point is, Luce, is that if you take a shot on the side of your plate, because your plate usually only, like, if you guys look, the plate only covers out to about here, right? And it comes up to here and it stops just below your ribs. You can get shot in the stomach, not die, and live for 30, 45 minutes. But even if you get to the hospital in those 45 minutes, they're not going to be able to save your life. You'll get to the hospital and die. That's what I mean, Loose. Is you still stand there is still a good chance that if you're taking a lot of shots, you're going to die, even without body armor on. You might not die right away. You might finish the fight. You might win the fight, but you're still going to die. The body armor is to prevent your lungs, your heart, stuff like that. The real crazy vitals that are centered here around all of that. Those are switches. You get hit in those, there's the potential of just down you go. You're dead. You get hit, you fall over dead. There's nothing left. The plate is there to try to prevent that from happening. Now, if all you do is get hit in the plate, you're probably going to be fine. You'd be surprised at how many hits you could take with good body armor on non-high-powered rounds and still be insanely effective. I don't want to say you're not phased, but 7.62 by 39, for example. You're going to take a hit. It's going to hurt, but it probably won't even knock you over. It might not even knock the wind out of you. You can die after you return your SIF gear. That is such a dark, true joke that not everybody's going to get, Marlon. If you only perforate like one intestine, you're probably living. When you die of a gut shot, you're not dying of an infection, guys. You're usually bleeding out. You're going into shock. That's why it's not instant. I'm not talking about you die 3 days later. I'm talking you die 45 minutes to an hour later. Try to turn in a taps rig to SIF that was still in the packaging and they wouldn't take it. Wait, what? I mean, there's got to be a reason for that. What is the reason for that? You can loose, but like I'm not saying that doesn't happen. What I'm saying is that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that you can get shot in the guts. You can get to a hospital within a half hour and they still might not be able to save you. Oh, I don't really want to go reserve, but I also kind of want to get it done and out of the way. We got to get the reserves in the bunker killed, or the rogues, and then get the notes after it. Could cross-map sniping become meta or more prevalent at least? No. Because there's a lot of skill and effort that goes into that. Plus, Tarkov doesn't have really that many sight lines that allow it. You've already got the ability to do it with 338 Lapua. I've got 1,350, 1,380 something meter kills with 338 Lapua. 50 BMG doesn't really increase that capability all that much. Did I kill the guy in the back? I have no idea. Oh, I totally forgot a secure container. Pretty sure he's in here. What? How does he hit that, dude? That's got to be just some lucky dumb spray bullshit that he hit that. That or just some really crazy desync, I guess. Where are my reserve keys? The few I have. There's some right there. Okay. Oh my gosh. Fingers not working. I have cheap NVGs just sitting here somewhere. I thought I did. Just something so I can see getting in. I am surprised I did kill that first guy though. I thought I had killed him because he stopped shooting, but I think that means there was 3 of them. If I was level 20 right now on the wipe, what gun would I be using most of the time and what would you be doing? I would be focusing on leveling traders and I would use whatever gun I had good ammo for. I would go to places looking for ammo, you know, woods, lighthouse, I mean, even streets, finding good ammo, doesn't matter what it is, and then using that good ammo. You need the good ammo to fight players. You don't need good ammo to fight scavs. Are we at a point where class 4 ammo is good? Most people are going to be running class 5 plates right now. So it's not a matter, is class 4 good? If it's the best you have is 40 something pen, you're doing pretty good. How long has he been trying to do that, I wonder? Speed Shop, thank you for the tier 1, man. Appreciate the 3 months. Any RFID reader ideas? Interchange has them. No, Kanto. Yay! Now we just gotta hope the raiders actually spawn for us. Went to a stream after and that's what he told you? That just... sounds like him just being a whiny bitch to me, Kanto. See if we can get a double raid here. Ba-doop boop. Ba-doop boop. Restudy spaghetti. What, I got 3 or 4? Three. What are my dailies? Survive Shoreline. Elberstock G2 Gunslinger Backpack Tri-Earth. Probably get that off of Rogues. Kill PMCs on Factory with a thorax or stomach shot. We do have to go kill PMCs with the shotgun. I think that's a... I'm pretty sure this is a Kappa quest. I could be wrong, but I think this is Kappa. Do-do-do. We get this one done, then we got to grab the documents, and then we're done on reserve. We have the guide to do. I need to go labs and get some stims.
What's up, Airwing? Good afternoon, chat.
Turbo Bull, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you. Turbo Bull, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you. What do I still need to do for Prestige 2? Quite a bit. Psycho Sniper. We got to do some labs raids. Fuck, I gotta do, peacekeeping. Which I'm thinking maybe we do peacekeeping at night with an NVG scope. Oh, test drive. We gotta do all the test drives. Labs is rough today, dude. M said, look at this from M, dude. He said played labs for 10 hours and survived 70% of raids. No sus people. 10 hours. I should have just memed and asked him PvE, right? 10 hours of no cheaters, 10 hours of not running into any cheaters. Doesn't mean there wasn't cheaters on labs. There could have been people cheating that was avoiding him, just there to loot. Means he didn't run into any. But to be honest with you, that's still a win, because the guys that are like that aren't impacting your game experience. Like a lot of the other, like a rage cheater that kills you impacts your game experience directly and a very openly and annoyingly. Somebody who runs around the map and loots does impact your game experience, but not in the same way. I never even saw him, dude. He's loud and I never even saw his muzzle flash. It's so dumb because he's just going to kid swap me. He's going to throw his shit on the ground and pick up my stuff. I just don't understand, like, everything about that just was wrong. Fucking annoying. Oh my god, I've got a bunch of loot in here? That's weird. Gear up and go again. What's 1480? Is it cheaper to do the moonshine? Yep. Be nice if it stops spawning me on the other side of the fucking map, too. How's it going, Valentino? That much kinetic energy hitting your body, Whiskey, will literally liquefy your insides. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been getting at this entire time. Is it possible to have more than 3 Bitcoin in the Bitcoin farm? Yeah, it goes to 5 once you get max hideout management. 50 BMG round tends to just tear people in half. There's a little rhetorical embellishment there, but yes, it doesn't matter where you hit somebody with a 50 cal, they're probably going to die. If you hit them in the arm, it's probably going to take their arm off or do such severe damage that they're going to bleed out. Or leg. Do 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 do. All right, this works too. Now again, we just hope that the raiders are down here. Not gonna lie, he scared the fuck out of me. How, dude? I'm literally pre-firing him. Oh, I'm pre-firing him. I just don't understand. How does somebody with a 4 KD play like that? I don't get it. It never makes any sense to me. The only place he hit me was in the head. Also, the audio was bullshit. I know about Jared Foster Dak. Pointing out one random case of something. I don't know if you're trying to prove something or if you're just, it's an interesting case. I know all about the case. I was serving when it happened. Weird random shit can happen in life. Doesn't mean that that's the norm. There's another guy that got shot in the head and survived. He took a 50. It was friendly fire. He took a 50 cal out of the top of an Abrams. It might have been I don't remember if it was a coaxial or if it was the top of the Abrams or a top-mounted gun, but he took a 50 cal, split his helmet in half. He lost a good chunk of his brain, but he still survived. Yeah, Jared Foster lived. Like, that's so frustrating to me, man, that kind of an outcome. Because I don't feel like I did anything wrong. Why won't you buy the handgun? Why, dude? Tarkov
Hope all is well.
So
Benamin, thinking about getting into some raids again.
Patience right now. Vizax, thanks for the 7 months, man. Thinking about getting into some raids again? You do you, man. I hate to, like, promise anything about the game being good or anything, you know what I mean? And despite my bitching and moaning right now, I've been having pretty much fun. Just 2 frustrating raids in a row. I don't know how much of this is a thing, but I also heard that a lot of people use a fucking macro so they automatically lean when they sidestep. Like when they ADS sidestep, they have an automatic lean macro. And shit like that is like, you suck at the game. Like, you actually suck at the game. And now I'm all paranoid about it. Is that, like, every time I see somebody who leans when they walk around corners, is it because they're good or just because they're using a fucking macro? Can I buy CBJ yet? Should definitely be buying more of that. frustrating. It's gonna spawn me on the other side of the map this time too now. Crossing reserve can be such a fucking nightmare. It's literally just full send and hope you get lucky and somebody doesn't see you. Why no bag? I'm not here to loot, man. I'm here to kill fucking raiders and get off the map. I know this is just the grindy side of Tarkov. This is the side of Tarkov I don't really enjoy. Like, I'm doing this right now for the prestige. This isn't how I like playing Tarkov. This kind of grindy side where just kit up and run face first into a single individual task that you have to rush for and compete with. You looked up the PSI and impact, but it's too much of a variable to find a good answer. No, it's not. Whiskey Actual. You could, I mean, if you want a rough back of the napkin number, take however many foot-pounds. And just convert that to the surface area of the plate. That's going to give you a PSI. A minimum PSI. The PSI is going to be higher than that because there's going to be a point load system on it, but that'll give you a rough idea of what energy is being pushed into the body. And I remember looking at it a long time ago, dude, and from everything that I know, I know Tower's kind of dancing on the fence with me here and being nice because he doesn't want to argue with me, but from everything I know, if you take a 50 cal round in a plate, that energy is going to kill you, just period. There is a small chance through some weird fucking stuff that you might actually survive. But again, that's just lottery kind of shit. That's not actual math. The variables we plate material, angle of impact. Yes, guys. I know the fucking plate plate material, angle of impact. When you have so many unknown variables like that, you don't just throw your hands up and go, well, there's so many variables that we can't actually calculate it out. You pin them down, and then your answer has an asterisk of those variables being pinned to where you set them at. That's what you do in situations like that. And the plate material isn't super important. You're just considering the fact that it doesn't penetrate. Because if it does penetrate, you're dying. No fucking raiders. Saying they can't find the answer because I haven't found anyone that has done the testing, because there is any reason to do the testing, Whiskey Actual. The back of the napkin math says it doesn't matter. Not to mention, we're not usually, in the last 20 years, we haven't fought adversaries that use body armor. 50 cal is test up against 50 cal is tested against vehicle armor, not personnel armor. It's like looking for body armor tests against a fucking Hellfire. I'm being very exaggerative, but point is the same. Would there be some kind of a way to compare vehicle? No. Pirating ships is fun as fuck. Yeah, I know it is, Devils, but it also requires kind of like teamwork to do it. You know what I mean? You have to have a group of guys, the right ships, all that kind of stuff for, you know, for Star Citizen. The thing that I'm like, Tower and I got on to play the other day off stream, and we geared up and we flew down to a planet and we went to fight and the fucking AI on the ground bugged out on us. And it was like, well, fuck, dude. Like, that's Star Citizen's biggest problem right now, man, is the fact that you just can't play the game. That was Willers that I was shooting at, going for... What's his little rat ass doing, hunting Gluhar? .1 drops tomorrow, Friday. Yeah. Yep. Which has a whole, like, it fixes problems, but from what I can tell, looking at the PTU, it has its own, it's a whole own set of deals that it's fighting right now as well, you know? It's going to be a shit show, you think, Devils? I wouldn't call it. I didn't expect it to be a shit show. I'm not trying to argue with you. It's just my read on it wasn't shit show. Just it's like, it's not going to be as bad as 4.01 was. Everyone's going to be doing the walk-low tasks. Where is he at? What server do I need to stay away from? So, because you're 100% right. They're going to need to, like, server mesh. They're going to need 2 servers in his area because it's going to be a fucking train wreck. He's on Daymar and Celine. Oh my god! So I can't even be an Orison then, dude. I mean, the bright side is, Devils, correct me if I'm wrong. You've played it a lot more than me, but the server meshing seems to be working really well, man. Like, on that side of it, the stability is just there. I'm sure that's part of the fact that they're resetting the servers weekly and stuff like that, but it's just the stuff where, like I said, the AI on the ground being bugging out and the elevator thing still being a thing. Where the fuck? Oh, god damn it. Like, and I want to give them that their dues for that, right? Because compared to, I don't know, whatever 3 point whatever patch there was, it's a lot better. For sure. Oh, god damn it, dude. Switch maps? I can't I have to kill fucking raiders on reserve. No, it's not your fault, Devils. I would if I was I didn't even see where the guy was. He wasn't in front of me. I think he was up to the left. I wouldn't have seen him whether I was talking to chat or not. I already said that's going to happen. Like I told you guys, that's going to happen several times because we're having to rush a POI. This is why I don't like this kind of Tarkov. This isn't Tarkov. This is fucking Call of Duty. This shit right here. Gear up, sprint in. Hope you don't run into a player who's just posted up. Like, that guy's not ratting even. Like, you can't even call that guy a rat. You can't, like, you can't. We were, what? We weren't even 30 seconds into the raid. The guy was probably still getting his bearings, trying to figure out what exactly he was going to do. Oops. Where is all that ammo at? Do-do-do-do-do. Is it the 50 raider quest? No, it's kill raiders in the bunker, dude. He spawned in that building? Yeah, he spawned where we did a couple of raids ago when we actually got the raiders killed. Back in the garage. Low-key Chaos, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate you. Like, we're not even really in the misery tasks yet either. We're just fucking... I'm really dreading test drive 2. Why not, Wabitude? They've changed shooterborn mid-wipe. They've changed test drives mid-wipe. They've changed stuff like that mid-wipe many times, dude. They've changed shooterborn like 2 or 3 times mid-wipe, dude. They added ground zero mid-wipe. When they added ground zero to shooterborn, that was mid-wipe. I finished shooterborn the first time. The wipe, they added it. I finished shooterborn before ground zero was required. Sneaky little bastards didn't make any noise. Raiders having impact grenades is kind of fucked up. Just saying. Fuck was it that I just heard? We still got to come back and get the fucking documents too. This fucking guy hit Mark room. Not bad. Get 2 MDRs out of it. Craft a couple of more stacks M61 and we can just start rocking M61 like everybody else. I think we got the other Raider, the Kill Raider one done too. Eraser Part 2. I think that we got that done too. Okay. That is done. No place for renegades. Now we gotta go get the documents. We'll use his rig. I think everything else is hunky-dory. Quick snack. Actually, we'll eat it in raid. Hopefully we can get a good spawn that I can just run down there, grab the documents, and skadoodle diddle daddle. Double check and make sure I know exactly where they're at. Desk, shelf, outside in the wardrobe. Okay. Which means if we get a good spawn, I can get in and out before anybody else gets there. Do I think Grizzly in a special slot would be OP? Yeah, dude. There's got to be some money burn on your kit when you die. Plus the space it takes up. Yeah, they said they're looking to change test drive, so, but we don't know when. I am putting it off right now. It's going to be one of the last things I do and hope that they change it before I need to do it. Because I just am not looking forward. Test drive too. Why are you guys want to put this stuff in a special slot? We have a secure container. Your keys and stuff operate out of your secure container. That's what it's there for. I just did Grenadier yesterday, Delator. I did it in a couple of raids on Factory. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, Test Drive 3 at least gives you a good gun that you can put a decent gun that you can put good ammo in. Test Drive 2 sucks because it's around the SR2 as a gun, right? One, the ammo is bad. The ammo just isn't good. Two, the SR2 isn't very good unless you are literally point blank with it. It's okay point blank, but if you get past 30, 40 meters, its spray pattern is fucking terrible. You can't hit anything. The amount of time you're going to spend waiting for a change, you could just do it 6 times over? No. Not for me. I'm waiting right now, Wabitude. I'm not doing test drive. I'm avoiding it on purpose. We might do test drive 1 today, but it doesn't do me any different if I do test drive this week or next week. It's all the same. If I have nothing else to do, I'll work on test drive. But I can't express to you how much I fucking hated test drive 2 on the first run through. And that was the first run through before everybody was running class 5 and super geared. It took me 4 days, dude. It took me 4 days to do test drive 2. Or fucking close to it. This sucks. I think they're going to change it, Crispo. They've already made changes to it in a positive way when it comes to how it works with test drive 4, 5, and 6. Like a legitimate link. I think that's just what they're going to do. Is something along the lines of 4, 5, and 6, which is what they should do. Being a late or far spawn just really fucking blows. Change my mind. I don't want to go that way. Piece of candy. Like, and it's 100% personal preference. I got test drive 3 done in like 4 hours. I blew through it. And Liston's the other way. Liston thinks test drive 2 is fine. He didn't have any problems with it. And he got his ass kicked by test drive 3. So there is a personal component for sure to it. Oh, I hope this fucking guy chases me down here. He hit metal. I'm just... Oh, you know what it was? It was him running through the Connex. He's over at kitchen now, probably. The metal had me confused. Not gonna lie. I wasn't totally sure what the fuck that was. Test drive should be any target. That'll ruin the quest. That's what a lot of them already are, dude. Like 4, 5, and 6 are all any target. They're just, it's 40 or 50, which is totally fine. The problem with having a PMC only requirement for 3 is Lighthouse is fucking empty. And it takes forever grinding and luck to find players. The problem with 2 is players towards this part of the wipe are wearing class 5 armor and shooting ammo that has a way faster TDK than you do. So you literally have to rat people, especially if you're solo. How does he disarm that? What, did he walk around? I do, Happy Foxtrot. I want it to be any target. Of course I do. I've had wipes where I've done Test Drive 3 and run 5 raids and not seen a single PMC. That is not a good quest design. It's just not. Like, and I've said this a couple of times. The one thing that's going to keep me from doing Prestige again is how painful Test Drive is. If Test Drive is insanely painful, I probably won't. Like, if I don't get lucky and get through Test Drive without a fucking slog, I'll probably not Prestige again. Player must suffer. It's suffering enough to use an SR2, dude. Or to kill a fucking scat. I mean, make the SR2, you have to kill people under 20 meters. You know, you can add challenge to it without making it completely RNG, which is what it is with... thought that light was a little bright. This one's not working for some reason. SR2 is a great gun. S7 and 42 is decent ammo. It's dog shit, Bam Booster. It's absolute dog shit, dude. 7 and 42 against class 5 when the other players are running BP, 7.62 or 5.45 BP or 8.55 or even 8.56 A1. Seven and 42 is decent ammo early wipe, not late wipe. Don't you aim for the head? Considering how of my kills, of my 3,539 kills, 2,375 of them are headshots, yes, I aim for the head. But the SR2 doesn't have a good recoil pattern. The AK-12 is much worse. How? You can put 5.45 BP in it, and it's pretty much a meta build. The map, okay, yeah, the map for the AK-12 sucks. I'm not going to argue that, but that's why we're arguing that it should be any target, not just PMCs, and for different reasons on 2 and 3. On streets, you have a lot of close combat. On streets, you have both long and far combat. Every single spawn on streets, your first fight is not close. You're shooting mid to far distance with every single fight on street, every single spawn on streets. And the SR2 is okay at mid-fight. And again, the SR2 isn't too bad early wipe. The first month and a half, it's fine. But once you get into this time of wipe, 2-3 months, and everybody's running class 5 and has guns that have insanely lower TTKs, that's the biggest thing, is I don't care what you're shooting. The SR2 is not better than an MP7. It's not better than an MP5. It's equal. It's equal or worse than an MP5 because of the mags. It isn't going to beat out an MDR. It isn't going to beat out an SR25. It isn't going to beat out a fucking M4. It's not going to beat out a 5.56 MDR shooting 8.56A1. You're just not going to beat those guns in a straight equal match. And that's fine. That fact right there is fine. That's not what I have a problem with. The problem is that's all you can do. You have to take those fights. Because what's 7 and 42 is 30 something pen, 38 pen or something. Like that's the best ammo is 30 something pen. Like the perfect example in my mind is the Uzi, right? The Uzi on factory. You run into a lot of players that are fucking geared out of their mind that you can't kill with that Uzi. Without you getting like the crazy drop on them or something like that, right? But at least you can get some progress in a match because you killed 2 or 3 scavs. In my mind, that's the idea of a bad task is a task that you can run 10 raids and make 0 progression because of nothing other than RNG. That is a bad task. That's kind of my barometer. That's my metric when I'm looking at tasks. Is can you make progress without RNG? And anything that requires you to kill PMCs has an RNG component to it. Because of the spawns, and because of the gear, and because of everything else. And it's not to say that you should never have any kill PMC tasks. It's just they've got to be balanced out in some way. You'd rarely see anyone using tier 6 IRL, by the way. What are you talking about? Every single person I know, IRL, that has their own body armor, to and including police officers, runs the equivalent of tier 6 armor. Everybody I know. Including myself. Are those level 4 plates? It depends on what testing standard it is. Yeah, I mean, it could be, what is it, 3A plus, level 4. It depends on the testing standard you want to look at. Yes, ISADO. But basically the equivalent of tier 6 plates in Tarkov, you can buy those. I mean, you can get they're heavy and they're big and they're bulky and they're not curved, but they're like $250, $260 for a top end plate. That'll take multiple 7.62 by 51 rounds. When you were a cop, your armor was a PACA. I know it is for a lot of other cops, Whiskey, but you got to think there's a difference between when you live in the city and when you live in Montana. Out here, the threat that cops face isn't usually pistols. It's rifle rounds. So most of the sheriffs and stuff, the city cops, I don't know any city cops. My buddies are all sheriffs or park rangers or state troopers, stuff like that. The cops around here don't usually wear plates. I've seen a couple of them that have plate carriers. I don't know what's in them, but yeah, most city cops are wearing, and it's not a class, it's a class 3. A lot of soft armor's class 3 now, actually, but just depends on what you buy, what your budget is. If your department lets you when it comes to police, if your department lets you use you know, other armors, things like that. NIJ level 4 is roughly equivalent to Russian. For layman speaks, yes. And it gets into how NIJ testing happens, which we're not going to do that in here, because if we say that word one more time, Tower's going to appear out of thin air, so we can't do it. But when you look into how armor testing happens, there's a lot of very specifics in the testing that don't necessarily reflect in how they perform IRL, which is fine. Like, that's not a complaint. It's just something people need to understand, because when you're testing something, you have to set specific standards, right? So that everything's tested the same, so you can compare and contrast. But that's why you come up with these weird, because I know 3A, like if you have something that's class 3A, that is entirely on the industry side. That's not NIJ. We meet class 3, but it can defeat some other rounds because that's what the A means. And I think the plus is the same way, because 3A is technically worse than 3. See, am I confusing myself right now? Class 3A is worse than 3, right? It's like a step down, correct? Fuck, it's so complicated, dude. Three plus is industry, 3A, the A is NIJ. Okay. I brushed up on all this stuff back in November because that's the systems that Gray Zone uses. So I kind of brushed up on all these systems. But I've forgotten again. I need to get these documents, and You okay, game? I'm worried there's still somebody down here ratting. Because somebody did come and kill a scab right there. Did they not break this glass? What's up, Spleen Eater? Get me off the map, please. Ow. Done. There's not a task after this, right? Do 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 do. Oh, that's a trap. It's like, wait, what? There's a quest? After that, it's just a transit. Let's do a little bit of peacekeeping. See how much we can get done here without too much stress. Marky Mark, thank you for the 21 months, sir. If using proper to repair your gear gives more charisma than using mechanic, it's just a product of how much money you spend. So, mechanic is better because it spends more money. Why wouldn't it buy that? Dude, the fucking bugs in the gun build thing are getting to be really annoying. We are just here to kill scavs. Strong one. There's no green flare on shoreline, right? All right, let's see if we can get 12 scavs in a single raid. Can be tough on shoreline now. What do you think about removing timer in PvE local raids? Never even given any thought to it, man. Yeah, but Marky Mark, one thing you have to remember about stuff that, like, this isn't a slight on Demolition Ranch. His content is entertainment, right? One armor that you buy from Temu that holds up to a single test does not mean that armor is with the way material sciences work. It's just a roll of the dice, man. That's what NIJ testing and all of this shit is to shrink that variability, that statistical variability you get in material sciences. Okay, where am I? I can't, it's so fucking dark, I can't even see, dude. Okay, there's church. I need to go this way. Because I do have to go to the dock and get a package, so I think that's what we're going to do. Is work our way around the edge. It's so dark. Somebody just running NVGs, man. God damn it. I don't know that I could have got a worse spawn for what I want to do than that. I think that was like actually the worst spawn I could have got. He's shooting fucking hybrid. And he's such a terrible shot, dude. He's not even good. Oh. Hang on, chat. I'll be right back. Well, chat, I hate to have to do this to you, but I gotta go. We got something that's come up, so get in the stream. Really short stream today. I got started late, but I was up late working on a video. And I gotta work on another video tonight anyways. So I think I'm gonna call her here. Call her early. Sorry guys. Just IRL stuff matters. I gotta deal with that. So appreciate everybody hanging out. Sorry again for cutting the stream off short, but I gotta go take care of some stuff. You guys have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow, all right? Hopefully back early in the morning again. Later, everybody.